Hi guys, and welcome back to another video back on a Driven 24/7 YouTube channel. So the title says it all really. So lately you would have seen me reveal two of my recently purchased cars. Now for the sake of two, I've got to get rid of one. I've got the Nissan here in the driveway, out of shot, and I've also got the Mercedes behind me. Now the Nissan is pretty much worthless because she's still not very worthy, and even when she is, I don't really want to sell her because she's a unique car. Got a little bond with her, you know, because I fixed her myself. Have I mentioned that before? Just a few times. Unfortunately, the car that's going to go for the Honda and the Toyota is the car we have behind me, the Mercedes C200 Classic Selection. So you now join me on my last drive in my Mercedes C200. This is its last drive because after this it will then be uninsured, untaxed, and it will be parked on the driveway until someone hopefully comes along and buys this thing. Just come back from taking some photos of the cars and a little photo shoot just to add more photos to the advert. Although I really love this car, out of the cars I currently have, it was the most obvious one to sell. Obviously the Nissan's off the road and it's not worth anything in its current state, and it's still going to be a bit longer before it is on the road with an MOT when it is maybe worth something. But even then I don't really want to sell it. This car, although I paid a good price for it, I think there might be a bit of money to be made out of this car, and obviously it's road legal, it's got MOT, and it just seemed the obvious one to sell out of the Nissan and the Mercedes. The Honda and the Toyota aren't going anywhere just yet. I just bought them, so I'm not going to sell them straight away because that would be pointless. Bought the Honda first, and I thought the Honda would be a good replacement for the Mercedes. Heard the story about me accidentally buying the Toyota. I had to have that one, it's quite a rare car. I think I've often had conversations about, you know, I'd love to modify this, get some like AMG style wheels, lower it, but again, this is too nice of an example of the C200 to do that to, and that will just ruin it. And if I ever wanted to resell it in the future, like now, no one's probably going to buy it if it's been modified, and it doesn't deserve to be modified. Now, I guess I miss modifying cars. The BMW, I sort of accidentally had to modify it to get it in MOT, and like I said, I didn't really like gel that car at all, so I did sell that, and that was obviously modified, but that just wasn't my cup of tea, that car. Got the Honda, which is a nice sporty looking car. This isn't sporty. I know I bought this knowing it'd be slow. When I look at this car, it is a really nice example of this car, and I really love it. But maybe it's a bit too good for me, you know. I want to buy a car where I can maybe buy cheap wheels, put it on, get an exhaust, and yeah, maybe modify it. But with this, it's just a bit too, it's not a bad thing, but just for me personally, it's just a bit too boring, and maybe just a bit too nice, I guess I'm also trying to say. There's not a lot this car needs, which obviously is a good thing, but I do like to do these YouTube videos, and I want to have cars that maybe need stuff doing to them, because it's more videos than that. I want cars that need things doing to them that cost money, and I can get there slowly, like I am with the Nissan. That's obviously needs money spending on it still, and that's okay. It's just a bit of a slow project. The Honda and the Toyota, you know, I've got maybe some plans for them in my head, I don't know, but I just maybe do miss having a sporty car after all, something that I think looks nice. And this is just a very sensible, I say boring because it's just an automatic cruiser. I mean, this has got a small engine in it, it's got a 2-litre engine. These cars come in much bigger engines, so because it's got a small engine and it's a big car, it's quite uneconomical. Now, I moaned about my straight 6 2-litre E36 being uneconomical, which I think this is better than that. Just know that because this car, maybe it does struggle with the 2-litre engine in it. This could do with a bigger engine in this car because it is sluggish. You know, the gearbox is sometimes like and ahhing what to do. Sometimes it's over revving for no reason and under revving when it should be revving. So, but then again, I wouldn't own this car with a bigger engine because obviously I don't want a bigger engine car. So when I was looking for this car, this was everything I wanted. It was a step up from the BMW E36. This probably is going to be one of the best cars I've ever owned. It had everything I wanted, so it was an automatic. It was a really good example of the car. It had silly little things that I love, like heated seats, the sunroof that we've got on the tilt at the moment on this sunny Saturday morning. But now I've experienced it, and I kind of want to move on. So what I've done is obviously replaced the Merc twice by buying 2 different cars, which are both manuals. None of them have heated seats, but they look sporty, they're quirky cars. Now, I haven't really, since I've owned this car, I haven't still really seen many of these on the road, forgetting the Classic Selection, which this is. but I haven't seen many C200s on the road, so I would say they're still a fairly rare car. But comparing this to the two other cars that I've now got, especially the Avensis SR, which is pretty rare, the Accord's just an Accord with a nice body kit on, so I think it is kind of rare maybe. But I've had my time with this car. If I was really, really rich, I would keep this for the sake of it, and if I had someone to store it, I would keep it just for the sake of it. But I now need to get my money back from this car to then pay for the two cars I've just bought. Although I love this car, it is just what it is. It is just a nice, sensible, boring Mercedes that I'm not going to do anything to, because there's no point. It's too nice to ruin it. And I've now got two cars which I've bought at a bargain price, both of them, that I like because to me they're sporty. I think they're kind of rare, and it's all down to personal taste. My parents hate Hondas. They hate the fact I've got another Honda. I quite like the, you know, sort of quirky cars like the Avensis SR and like the Accord with a body kit. I like them, that's a bit of me. And when I sell this car, I've basically bought two cars for this kind of same price that I bought this for. I probably might regret this, but at the moment I need to sell this to claim some money back for the other two cars I bought. As soon as I bought the Honda, I didn't really think I have to sell the Mercedes for the Honda, because I was kind of thinking the Nissan's not on the road, I could keep the Mercedes and the Honda, and then when the Nissan's on the road I then have three cars and I'd maybe sell the Honda, keep the Nissan and the Mercedes again. But then I had to buy the Toyota just because it's rare and it's cool and it's better condition than the Honda. And then it became clearer that the decision to sell the Merc is going to have to be a thing. Unfortunately, one of the cars has got to go, and it has to be this one. So that's it. This is just an explanation into my thinking currently at the moment. You have to live for the moment, and for the moment I'd rather have the Honda and the Toyota over this Mercedes. But if someone's after an immaculate C200, then this is the one. So yeah, last drive in the Mercedes. She's now going to go back home and stay on the drive, and hopefully she won't be there too much longer before someone buys her up. And now this is going to be out of the picture kind of thing, tucked away on the drive. I can now start focusing on the Toyota and the Honda, doing videos of those. So I will give you an update when this car sells. So guys, there we have it, the last drive in the Mercedes. Parked up on the driveway. It's going to be uninsured soon. She'll sit here until she hopefully goes to our new home, which hopefully won't be that much longer, because I do need to claw back some of the money that I've just spent on two cars that I didn't need. Yeah, I will be sorry to see this car go. Will I regret it? Probably, but I'm going to do what's right for me at the moment. And this is just what I do, regardless of whether I do YouTube or not. It's just handy I do YouTube, because the reason I do it is to document the cars I own, the cars I like, and this is what it's all about, swapping and changing and owning different cars. It's, yeah, what my life's all about basically. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll give you more Merc updates as and when I have any to update you with. See you later, old girl. See you later, you lot. Now the title says it all really, so bloody dogs.